Let's also begin live here. Okay, hold on.
You are live.
We are.
So, good morning, everyone.
And I said good afternoon, everyone.
And I'll say good evening, everyone. I am Janet Luciano.
And I'm Maya Dariel.
So, we are here a little early this Friday because
Yes.
after we're going to go have some fun, right?
Yes, we have we are going to the theater and we're gonna see this uh, acting play.
Say good night.
Say good night, Gracie.
Okay, so that's exciting.
Yes.
So, we're going to go spend some quality time with ourselves.
Yes.
In communion with friendship and just with life.
Yes, we're gonna give some ourselves some fun time
and support because all this is
Yes.
about support.
Supporting others. Hi, Christine.
Hi.
Oh my God, I'm so glad that you got to check on the time because we are coming earlier today. Yes. Thank you. And we see we have more people on YouTube. Thank you for being present, Sean. Yay!
Absolutely.
Hi, Sean. We are so happy to see you here. Thank you so much. And we also see people here on Instagram. Albi is one of our students from the training program.
Oh, hello.
Welcome, Albi. How awesome.
Thank you for the hearts.
And thank you for the hearts. We're gonna begin by sending all of that love. What about that? Let's just make it fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So we have this did I tell you? Yes, I do. I told you that I'm taking these acting classes. And it's been very interesting, Janet, to see how in therapy we are in the experience of actually, how can you say that? In the vibration of all of those emotions, sadness and anger and all of it, the whole energy is active, when we get into the therapy of family constellations. And I'm taking these acting classes, and it's a lot easier for me to connect with those emotions because I'm actually I feel like that's my element.
It's great to take acting class. I'm gonna have to join you one of these
Yes,
days.
join me. It's a lot of fun. So we're gonna go support the school that I'm taking classes with, and so tonight that's why we changed the schedule time tonight to be at 6, and we might be thinking of changing it, right, Janet?
We're gonna see how it goes. First of all, we have the natural light, which is really nice.
Yeah, we'll have to be melting with the lights, with the artificial light.
Because by the time we finish, we are melting.
Like it happened last time. I was like, oh my God, Janet, I'm melting. You won't have anybody to do the program because by the time we finish, we will be melted.
We will be totally melted. So it's nice. So I love the natural light. So.
Yes, me too. All right, so welcome all. We are having our program number 22nd tonight.
Oh, wow, and today is the 22nd.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
It's 7.
That's
22.
true.
22.
Oh, look at that.
7 powerful. 22 powerful, and then 22. Wow.
And then and today is a program 22. So something there. We are opening some vortices, some a portal. Yes, definitely. Okay, so saying that, let's see what we are gonna be talking about today.
Juicy topic again.
Always a juicy topic, as Janice says. First of all, for the ones that don't know it, we are following the information from this book that I wrote last year, Alchemy for the Soul. And these are 7 steps to transcend your past and your ancestors' past and all of those unresolved memories or emotions that you don't know where they come from, but they are affecting you, your family system, and the system of life. And our intention is to bring this information for you for somehow maybe get a new awareness or a new vision about life and how to create order and how to heal those memories so you can transcend them and recreate a different reality and destiny for yourself and for others.
Exactly. And for people that don't have the book, buy the book.
Yes.
Buy the book. Okay. So nice companion, helps you understand everything, and it's a great book. Okay,
Uh,
so buy the book.
Buy the book. You can find it in Amazon in a paper version, also on a digital version. And there are 22 exercises. We call it systemic exercises for you to create transcendence of your past and your ancestors' past.
So how
Mhm.
you like? Let's begin our date with our soul.
Yes, let's begin. So, our program today is called Our Beliefs Can Separate Us from Our Possibilities. And by the way, for the ones that maybe are just being here for the first time, we are talking about inclusion. So, the first step in this book is about the order or the principle of belonging. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. I belong.
That's
You
your name.
belong. We all belong. By the way,
Yeah,
yes, I designed
she
this.
designed that. Yeah, she's a
And
great artist.
thank you. And this is based on the phrases or the phrasing that we use in constellations for reconciliation. See, and we, by the one, if you don't know what we are doing here, we are going to be talking about inclusion, because what separates us is our mind and all those unresolved memories of surviving or guilt or shame or whatever it happened in the past that tends to separate us, but it's all in the mind. And we have been speaking about how certain memories from, let's say, the transgenerational, like colonization, slavery, and how we energetically exclude others when we reject them, right? And how when we are, let's say, part of a culture or a group or a community or a just any sort of a structure, and we don't know about the other, we see the other one as dangerous, or I don't understand it, and the one that I'm practicing is the one, the other one might not. So all of those sort of exclusions and rejections are separating us from new possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are here today to talk about a little bit about our beliefs. Our beliefs, how our beliefs, not only our spiritual beliefs, can separate us from others, but also our beliefs and all of those conditioning that maybe we haven't questioned because we learned as children to follow when we were just babies, right? We were conditioned and we were, like, let's say, trained by our parents or caregivers. And we didn't have the option to choose. We just had to follow,
And
right?
and I was gonna say they got us good in a sense because
Yes.
they got us what they call a theta moment, a delta moment when everything is absorbed and is ingrained in us.
Yes.
So now you have to figure out what has been ingrained.
Hmm.
That's what you have to work on. That's the work on becoming aware. And how do you become aware? By being triggered.
And by being in self-observance all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, those two. One, if I don't get to see it, then I will get triggered by something that makes me feel uncomfortable, that I don't understand it, I don't agree, it just doesn't make sense. But just take a look at that moment and stop. Instead of just denying, just stop and ask yourself, but why do I feel like that other perspective is not worthy, let's say, right? Because about worthiness as well. I'm not respecting others' perspectives because it's not the one I think it is, or I believe it is. And so we need to understand these concepts so we can really transcend and give ourselves the possibility to see differently and to maybe amplify our horizon. And so, as much as we amplify that horizon, we will be able to integrate more. And at the same time, energetically, when we amplify that possibility, we will be attracting new ways of seeing life.
Yeah,
Yes.
being observant is really key in all of this because
Mhm.
that's what opens up your world.
Yes.
So it's that's what helps you understand the patterns and why you're doing it, and it's like observing it from a distance in a sense so that you can understand yourself. So observant.
Self observance is necessary for you to begin changing what you might be maybe not being able to be aware of your own conditioning and what you learned during your childhood. Because as Janet said, when we were children, we came empty. But when
Mhm.
you are a child, your perceptions are amplified, more amplified than when you are an adult. Because when you are an adult, you have a lot of information. But when you just come in blank, you have less information. So everything is new and you open up more to receive the
Mhm.
information. And
Mhm.
so the child perceives everything through the senses, through what he or she sees or hears and feels, right? And sees at home and in that culture, in that structure, in that community, right? But perceives that in a larger way. That's why it's so hard. And all the traumas, because if it was traumatic, it's way harder to transcend that sort of memories than the ones that we can remember. See, we have different sort of, let's say, perceptions. Hmm? Some of them we can be aware of because we can identify them easier. Let's say someone used to say that money doesn't grow in trees, right? Let's
Mhm.
talk about money. Money doesn't grow in trees, right?
Mhm.
So that means that someone was thinking that maybe there is a lackness where
Mhm.
they feel like I it's hard to get money, and that is a belief, right?
Mhm.
And maybe if I heard that at home, maybe today I can recognize it and say, oh, that used to be said at home, and it's easy for me to recognize it and say, okay, I'm doing it the same. Am I doing it the same? Am I thinking that it is hard to make money? You know? So that when you get to be aware of that, then you get to start changing that by doing simple exercises like we are going to be talking about today. We're going to be sharing some simple tips for you to recreate those conditionings or those phrases that you heard at home. Now, there are other perceptions that go deeper. And those are the ones that we were talking about, those invisible loyalties that the system has been following. Because
Mhm.
no one has been able to maybe see those memories or recognize those unresolved memories. So we continue the pattern.
Mhm.
So some of them are easier, as you can see, and some of them are harder. So hi Sarah, we are seeing you here. Good to see you again. Thank you for this session. We are so glad that you're here. Welcome. so we so it is important to understand that some of them will be easier for you to recognize, and some of them you must go deeper to your unconsciousness to be able to transcend them. And since we are talking about how our beliefs can separate us from our possibilities, we must talk about that conditioning
Mhm.
and how, or you ask yourself, you know, what were the beliefs at home? Let's talk about political parties, spiritual beliefs, how the culture behaved, because you might be behaving in the same way somehow. And probably if you see another culture, it'll be harder for you to accept other behaviors because you are not used to them, because you didn't grow up with them. Now with the internet, we would say that children that are born, at this time, they
Very
connect
different.
easier, they accept easier or other cultures, other things, because the internet is reconnecting us all and seeing, oh, that's different,
Mhm.
but that's how it is, right? For some of us, maybe that are coming from another generations, it's harder to see certain things or accommodate to the new evolution, let's say, of certain things, right? And so today we will be talking about beliefs,
Yeah.
religious beliefs. Mm.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to say is that the new generation, they don't see color, they don't see culture. All they see is you, which is really nice. You know what I mean? It's not with us that we can get caught up on color and culture. So
Mhm.
it's nice that we continue to evolve in that way.
Yes, and I see also, since we're going to be talking about religion, how many children I see today that, oh, my parents practice this. but they feel somehow disconnected from that practice.
Yeah.
Because at this point of evolution, because the human has a plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know this, we are going to be talking a little bit about that. The human has a plan, and in this plan, and at this moment of evolution, we are more to connect now with our higher self than to our lower self, which is very connected to the programming of our ancestors, our family system, and our past. Mhm. And so our job is to reprogram the past and to, let's say, not disconnect from it, but to integrate what was to reconnect to the new.
Mm-hmm.
And at this moment, we don't need any more of guidance. The only guidance that you should be connecting to is to your own self, because the guidance is there for us. We were blind to see it, but at this time, not anymore. At this time, the whole doors and vortices open for us to reconnect to our true self and to find our path. No matter what it is or how you will decide to experience that, is an experience that you make your own experience and your own beliefs, or based on your own experience and not on what you were told or what you learned from the past. Hmm?
Which is exciting, right?
It is very exciting. Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
it's very
It's
exciting.
like a new possibility.
Yeah.
It is a new possibility to recreate a new life and a new experience without feeling that I betray my system if I do it differently, without fear of feeling that, oh, if I do it differently, my family won't accept me or won't approve me, and then I will feel like I'm alone, or something can happen if I don't have my family. There is a sort of a connection to the past that is unconscious, of course, because we might say, no, no, I can do it myself, but there are deep, deep, deep roots that keep like kind of holding us back, and we need to review those memories, those beliefs that keep us there in order to reconnect to our source.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yes. So we will be talking about spiritual beliefs or religious, because that was one of those that separate us from that source.
And it's ingrained in us. That's one of the things I feel that we work on all the time. You know, I always say, you know, I was born and raised Catholic. I consider
Mhm.
myself a spiritual person now, but still, this time I find myself in the faith, you know, like, oh my God. And I have to remember, well, you know, I don't follow that anymore. And,
Mhm.
you know, but I respect the religion.
Very good, Janet. Yes. So we are all walking different paths, and all of them are valid.
Mm-hmm.
And this reprogramming is happening no matter what path you choose. Some paths might take you longer to
Mm-hmm.
get there, right? And some of them might get us closer to that reconnection, but they are all valid. Now, we might see it this way today, but before we might be struggling with other people who didn't have the same beliefs. Or if you didn't want to follow the
Mm-hmm.
beliefs, somehow they wanted to condition you to make you feel that you might go to hell if you don't believe this, or if you
Yeah.
don't do it that way. And so how many of those beliefs that were ingrained in our family system, I'm talking about the family system, because somehow you are carrying the information, that information, even though you are free today of that sort of belief, you are carrying somehow unconsciously many of those beliefs.
Yeah,
So
like when you say I'm a bad person, I'm a bad girl, I'm a bad this, I'm a bad that. That's so religious.
that's so religious. I'm a bad person, or I'm not sacrificing for others, so I feel bad to say no, for example. And so I suffer because of those beliefs. And it's a subtle
Yeah,
line
yeah,
that you don't see when you are crossing to the other side of falling into the same sort of belief, that if I'm not a good person for others, then I'm not gonna be good enough to go to heaven, let's say. Hmm? And so that, of course, make us feel guilty when we say no for something that we don't want to do, for example. See,
Yeah.
so we put ourselves more like weight on us, responsibilities that are not ours, because we want to belong,
Yeah.
because we want to be part of,
And we sacrifice
and we sacrifice.
too
Yes.
much, I think.
Yes.
We
Yes.
sacrifice.
Yes, so we are bringing this to understand that we somehow are connected to those memories, and that sometimes we believe that because we are practicing something else today, we are not. But we have the tendency to fall into that, not when we are in that practice, but in real life. In any sort of relationship, you have the tendency, or you might have the tendency, maybe it's not your case, but we all have fall into it. I have been there,
Too.
or you feel guilt, or you feel shame, or you feel bad because I'm not that good Christian, let's say, right? Because I say no, I prioritize myself, because no, I learn how to set some healthy boundaries, and the other doesn't like it. And so this is all about respect, right? Respecting both perspectives and both worlds, no matter where they are.
And I say, and learning to say no, which is a complete sentence without explanation, that can be a big one too, because of the sense of obligation that we feel to keep things going. So,
yes,
because no is a complete sentence and it's a good word.
definitely, it is a complete sentence. It is true, and it's actually very healthy.
Yes.
It's actually that is very connected to self-love.
Yes.
And with deserving.
Yes.
Yeah, when I learn how to say no, right, then I'm prioritizing the most important person in the world, which is myself. And
Don't
some
forget
people,
that.
yeah, please don't forget that. And many people think that, oh, I'm being selfish because I'm not giving. And so sometimes that excess of giving, we lose all the credits because we want to give them all, because we want to be good to others, and we forget about giving ourselves, or keeping our canister of love filled enough, right? To feel comfortable, to feel replenished, and able to connect with other things and to give in another ways. So we are going to go to the book now and see what the book says about those beliefs. And remember that we are talking about the inclusion. So we want to bring this here to say that our intention, of course, is to integrate, to unify what was separated. Because what separated us was just the division of thinking that A and B cannot be together, because A thinks this way and B thinks this way, and we cannot agree on one thing. So our intention here is not to create debates, but actually to reunite and to bring change the perspective in our mind, where we can understand that the other has a different beliefs, uh, in many or different aspects, but I still can respect that. Even if the other doesn't respect mine, I can respect theirs, or his or hers. So the work is not about, oh, but the other one doesn't respect me. As long as you respect the other, it doesn't matter, you're doing the work. So today is about what you can do to help, not what the other ones don't do to help. What you can do to help. And that is to include and integrate and accept and respect that everything as it is in perfect order, and that nothing needs to change to favor you, but you can change your reality to favor yourself.
And do it. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So for the ones following the information, we are on page number 112, 112. And we were talking here about, last time we were talking about abortions, the
Mm-hmm.
importance of including the miscarriages, the abortions. And so today we are talking about the importance of including people with different beliefs. Because if you see in history
Mm-hmm.
how many people died or was sacrificed or was burned for
Yes.
being a witch and not following, a belief.
Yep. So the belief of the society.
Yes, yes. So that created a lot of unconsciousness and death and separation. And at this point, we are to reunite,
Yes.
to come back to
Yeah.
the oneness that we are.
Our
Yes,
true self.
our true
Absolutely.
self. Yes. So it says like this: religion. Just as political parties, religious beliefs have created separation. I was watching a Netflix series called Versailles. I don't know, did you see that series in Netflix, Versailles?
Yeah, I believe I did.
Yes. So in the story, I'm going to tell you what happened. In the story, it shows how King Louis XIV, who practiced Protestantism, decided to convert to Catholicism
Mm.
when he married for the second time. Once he converted to Catholicism, he imposed that everyone in court must follow his creed. Whoever didn't submit was put behind bars. We can see how exclusion was imposed by those who had the power over those who practiced other creeds. And this is just one story because we can see this throughout our,
History. Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
throughout history. Yeah,
See
and
that
many
throughout his.
beliefs,
Mm-hmm.
all beliefs had this. And even within same beliefs, they had that sort of separations. Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe that it is the same religion, but that's this way or that way or that way, all separation again. This is just one of the stories that religion imposed on us. There are many more that brought death and destruction based on the fact that some wanted to impose their beliefs on others. Whoever didn't submit could die. And that was the manipulation. See, that's when indigenous people gave up their connection to nature, to what God was, to their source, because they were punished and they were killed.
Yeah.
So, in order to survive, I'd rather surrender to another belief.
The choice was taken away from them.
Yes, there was not a possibility for you to choose. It
Mm-hmm.
was what was the word that I was using was submitted. Yeah,
Yeah, they were submissive. Yeah,
yeah, submit. They had to
they had
in
to
order to
to
survive. They
survive.
had to.
Yeah.
Yes. So whoever didn't submit could die. This is how the struggle for survival took away people's choices, even the ones related to spirituality. We can see that these ancestral memories still apply. How many churches exclude those who don't have the same beliefs as them?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm? And I'm going to say something here very important. So, listen. Exclusion happens at the energetic level.
Ooh, you should repeat that.
Yes, I'm going to repeat it. Exclusion happens at the energetic level.
And what does that mean exactly, Maya?
It is not said, but it is felt. Yes. So what happens here is that some people might have their own beliefs and they look at you and they say, yeah, yeah, I know you practice that and it's okay. But within, in their own mind, they are still judging
Mm-hmm.
that person is wrong. And you feel it. You feel that somehow they are rejecting you because they don't say it from their hearts. They are only saying it for you to feel, like I'm accepting your belief, but I'm not feeling it. I'm not being sincere. I'm not including you with your beliefs or with the ways you choose in life. And so that is why it's important to talk about inclusion here.
Yes.
Because inclusion is not only about saying, oh, yes, I see you believe that way. It's about accepting the other to the point where you really can sincerely say, that is your perspective, and I love you with that.
And you respect it. You're okay with it. You know what I mean?
Yes,
It's like you accept them where they're at, and it's not about judgment.
yes, exactly. So we have the tendency to accept at certain point, and yeah, we don't need to approve. Let's listen this. Yeah, we don't need to accept that. We don't need to follow that. We just must respect what it is. What is, because it's part of it. And if it's part of it, it's part of yourself as well. Because remember that the universe is within you and you are within the universe. So those beliefs are part of you.
You bring it to be part of you because those beliefs are the ones that you either have to heal or you're growing through.
And the ones we are actually healing together.
And healing together, yes.
Hopefully, we don't have any beliefs that separate us.
Hopefully.
What about that? When we can, it will be the time when we can say, love is my religion. And we all can say, yes, love is my religion.
That is definitely our intention.
Yes, yes.
But let's admit it. We are having fun as we were getting there.
Yes, of course, because separation was part of the plan.
Yes.
It was part of the plan to be separated in order to recognize that we are not separated. But we needed to choose and choose this path and that path, and your system chose that belief and that belief, and all of it was part of a plan to, let's say, a split, and at the end come back together to follow one path, one track, all together as one. Isn't that beautiful?
It is beautiful.
It is beautiful, yes. So it's just a possibility. I feel it's possible.
It sure is.
It actually, yes.
Is. But in the meantime, we do have fun as we deal with the little dramas that happen in our lives.
Yes, just to say, that is strange. That doesn't make sense. I don't like that. Until I say, well, maybe I should try before saying no.
Yeah.
Maybe I should see what that really is in order for me to perceive differently. Because this is about transforming our beliefs so we can transcend them.
Yeah, remember you attracted it.
Yes.
That's why it's in your face.
And that's why it's triggering you. And if it triggers you, that's a blessing. Stop there and embrace that and say, that makes me uncomfortable. That I don't like. I don't like belief.
And those are the words you want to say.
Yes, exactly.
Like that's what was happening to us yesterday. I was complaining to Maya. I try my best not to complain, but yesterday I complained. I was just upset. I didn't like it. And and then I was I shouldn't do that, shouldn't do that. So I said, you know what? And Maya said it, yeah, complain. You need to. Go ahead and let it out. It's important that we do that.
Yes. We can complain.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah. That's part of the process.
Drama is part of the
process. Part of the process is to say, I feel this way and I don't like it.
Right.
And I don't like that, and I don't agree with this, because you're struggling, right? But once you say it, it's like you tell your ego and you said, I don't like it. Yes, but I have enough consciousness to say, but there must be another way of seeing this that I'm not being able to see. Let me see now that I release my emotion that keeps me in that state, or in that mental state, or in that sort of emotional state. And then I can depart from that place to a new place.
Yeah, for me, what I did last night was like I sat with all the feelings, and then I took it like to bed with me in the sense of, okay, I have all these feelings. What is mine to do? What is mine to learn? Let me understand these trigger. What is it that I'm not seeing? Bring it to open my eyes so I can see. So that's why it's so great when you go through those moments, because and then you can, what are the right questions to ask? And then you go to sleep in that and you let higher power do its work.
And I have a tip here. When any of those moments come to you, stop and say where this comes from. What is the true origin? of this limitation in me that doesn't allow me to see differently, that doesn't allow me to move forward.
That's a key
Stop
question.
there and turn around, because I'm 100% sure that you learned that with your system, with your family system, from your culture, from your spiritual church, from whatever it was. It wasn't you. It's not you. We are not that, but we attach to it because we don't know, we don't remember when it was ingrained, and it's operating in us, and we don't realize it. So that's why I say stop with it and observe it and turn around and say, this isn't mine. That is part of something that hasn't been healed. And when you heal it for yourself, you heal it for your whole family system, and you also heal it for the system of life. And then you're serving us all. It's that powerful.
It really is a beautiful thing.
Yes, because see, those little tiny even beliefs are affecting us all. And you are empowering that belief that doesn't allow us all to change our destiny. That's
Yeah.
that's how
Yeah.
it is. It's a dynamic,
Yeah.
an unconscious but energetic and powerful dynamic where you can choose to change it for you and for others, or to keep attached to it and keeping us like behind.
Yeah, and be honest with yourself with it. I
Yes.
always say you can always be honest with yourself.
Mhm.
Nobody's hearing you, nobody's seeing you. Just be honest with yourself, but also be compassionate,
Yes.
and be gentle and kind to you because you're learning, you're understanding, your world is opening up to something that we have not been conditioned to do. So
Yes.
this is the gift.
Yes. So I'm going to repeat this.
Hmm.
Exclusion happens at an energetic level. You will feel it when you feel the rejection to, oh, don't like that. I don't want to do that. That's difficult. That's, stop there and see that is your body is going to give you some information. Your mind is going to bring some thoughts, and your emotions as well. It's like, oh, that makes me feel this way, uncomfortable. I don't like it. See? So it is not said, but it is felt. It's like sometimes even we ourselves deny that, oh, I'm not going to pay attention to that. But you should. You should.
Yes.
Because that's affecting your present and what you want to manifest. And by the way, the present of all of us.
And
It's
it
not,
won't.
this time is not about you anymore. This time is about us.
Yes, it's about us. I want to stress that because it is
Yes.
about us. You know what I mean?
It
It's
is a
like
big responsibility, isn't it?
it is.
It is a big responsibility. And the destiny of all is held on your hands if you get to see it this way.
That's so powerful.
Mhm.
It's hell in your hand, the destiny of all. I just want to be stressed that.
Yes, yes, yes. So that feeling is your key, your navigator to
Yes.
go somewhere else. Hmm?
Hmm.
So this separation that we're talking about, that is energetic towards others or towards something that doesn't like you, keeps us from returning to the consciousness of the totality. That's what's keeping us away from really feeling belonging.
Yeah.
And by the way, nothing can separate us. We all belong.
Yeah. We totally all are one.
Yes, so nothing can separate us from this that we are. Only our mind can separate us. And not even, because that's only an illusion that we think we are being separated or being excluded by others or being rejected by others, or I'm rejecting others or I'm separating others. But this isn't really happening. It's only in your mind.
I
Hmm?
too find that fascinating. I'm like, this is an illusion. This is all in my mind.
It's only my
I
mind.
find it fascinating. I'm like, okay, okay, let me dissect this. Dissect this. I'm like, oh my God.
Yes, and it's good to laugh about it. It's so ridiculous that I'm fighting for something that doesn't even exist.
Yeah, you know?
That's even better. So
my
the
God.
question that I have here in the book is, are we still doing it like our ancestors?
I mean, come on, let's be for honest. You know we
Yes, we are. We
are.
are all creating our own spirituality as we walk our journey throughout life. Our experiences and self knowledge bring us closer to the truth about our existence in God. Mhm. Can you see that when you exclude others, you exclude yourself from belonging to the totality?
Now, you see, listen to that.
I'm going to
When you,
repeat this
yes,
one.
Maya,
Yes.
please do.
Can you see that when you exclude others, you exclude yourself from belonging to the totality? Just a thought. Just think
Yeah.
about that when you're rejecting something or some. Just remember, as I said, the universe is within you and you are part of the whole universe. So you are rejecting a part of
Yeah.
yourself. And then you can go back to say, but this is part of me. And I include you, no matter if I don't like it and I don't like you or whatever. I'm processing on accepting, this new perspective, for
And it's okay
example.
not to like it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like as you allow
Mm-hmm.
yourself to process.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the process is not of one day, one moment. It could take a lifetime. Actually, it
Yes.
does take a
Or many
lifetime. Or
lifetimes.
come on,
Yes.
many lifetimes.
Yes. So when we let go of our mental separation about duality and free ourselves from the opposites that separate us, we enter the consciousness of the oneness. So that's
This
our
is why I
job.
say by the book.
Yeah,
By
that's
the book.
by the book because yeah, you need to reread this
A couple
or
of times.
rewatch this program and digest this
Yeah.
information. Listen to it until you see yourself in it and maybe bring a something that you're going through that is being difficult and say,
Yes.
okay, let me observe this and let me apply these concepts and see how I can get out of that.
And have conversations around it.
Mhm.
So you can continue understand the deepness of it.
Yes, yes. So when you meet a partisan or fundamentalist, just accept their perspectives as they see life. You don't need to agree. Just accept them, include them, respect their path, their choices, and their destiny. Their destiny. That's what they decide to choose because we are all going towards the same path, the same track. See, we separated and now we are working on walking the same path.
Yes.
So we
Yeah.
all, my grandma used to say, all roads lead to Rome. So
Have you
yeah.
ever thought why did they come with these sayings? But
Hmm.
there it is.
Yes.
All roads lead to Rome.
And now we
You
can
know?
say all roads lead to consciousness.
There we go.
That's better because
So we
yeah.
cloned that one. All
Yes,
roads leads to consciousness.
consciousness, exactly. So it says here, include them in the system of life as they belong. Everything. And when we say everything, everything that we see that is chaotic, conflicting, difficult to understand, some things I'm still working on. I'm telling you. Some
Yeah.
things I'm still working on understanding and including, but I'm aware of them and I'm working on processing until I get to liberate that so I can really help.
Yes.
Mhm. We are all in the process of finding the same light. There are short roads and longer ones, but all roads lead to Rome, to consciousness. The important thing is to know that we are all moving in the same direction towards the light of the divine consciousness that we are.
Isn't that beautiful?
We are one.
Yes.
Yes,
That was beautiful.
love it. That's so beautiful. So there is an exercise for the ones who are have the book on page number 115, and there is an exercise, the number 8 exercise, to include. It's an inclusion for the system of life and everything that is. So if you haven't buy the book, buy
And
the
do the
book
exercise. That's
and
your
do the
homework.
exercise. Yes, exactly. Okay, so I guess we finish our topic for the day. We are planning on having some fun tonight. And
Yes, and but go ahead and tell them all the events that are happening.
yes, for the ones in town, we have our shamanic drumming circle tomorrow night.
At
So
7 it starts?
at 7, it
At 7,
starts at
okay.
7. So if you live in town and you want to come, just send me a text at 321-900-5680. And so we will have an opportunity to channel, connect, and connect to the divine and bring, information and messages as we are all reconnecting to our higher self. And that's our part.
And they're
We need to
so
connect
powerful.
with the tribe. We need to reconnect and let go of the reprogram the programming of the past so we can really reconnect to that and reunite towards
Mm-hmm.
one path, towards one light, towards one love. Yes,
Absolutely.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. And what else, Janet? I don't know what else we have.
Well, I know you
Mm,
you have the constellations.
yeah, but those are in Spanish.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
so but
yeah.
so if you're Spanish.
Okay, yeah, one more thing. We are going to Egypt, yes, in September, and we have two more spaces available.
Does it have your name on it?
Hmm?
Does it have your name on it?
Yes, maybe. So if you're interested, contact me.
Mm-hmm.
We are not really giving a lot of advertising because we want to have an intimate group that is more into what we do. And so we can, just come in family, like feeling like we are a family. And we are gonna have some beautiful activities there. Like we will have the pyramid in private for us to meditate in the morning before the public come.
That's so exciting.
So yes, and we have a lot of activities and fun, and so we need to go and uh,
And
step
celebrate and enjoy
and
and
step in that land because
into our
a
history.
lot of everything started there. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So make sure you hit the like,
Yes, please.
subscribe, and
Hearts,
hearts and
share.
any share, anyone that resonate, please forward it to them. Definitely, definitely, definitely.
Oh, no, no, wait. I have another announcement. For the ones that like cosmology, so we will be talking about the origin of life and the transgenerational from all of throughout all of those dimensions all the way to what we became, which is humans on process of evolution and where the human is going towards and all of it. We are having our second module on the first weekend of August. And even though if maybe you don't want to become
Constellator.
a constellator, right? You don't have to. You can just come and take that module if you are interested in knowing more about cosmology and the plan for the human and transgenerational. So that's a possibility. You can take loose modules
Mm-hmm.
until level fourth. The third module is about relationships.
That one is a fun one.
That is an amazing module. That's my
That's
favorite because I would say that
amazing.
anybody can understand really relationships
Because it's
after
all
this.
type of relationships.
All types of relationships and what love is and how I can really communicate and recreate order in order for me to connect with others from this mature and conscious love. And
Mm-hmm.
module fourth, which is the last that I take students into the training, is about disease and somatic, all of those the diseases and illnesses and conditions in the body are just a projection of something that is emotional that wasn't transcended from someone in the family system, from any ancestor that they couldn't reconcile one emotion, and today the descendants are living it, are experiencing the same. So we want to invite you to be part of it if you feel called to it. So you can go to Systemic Healing Institute and check our website. We have all the dates in there and the value and the modules and what they are about, and you can actually register right there. Yes.
So I look forward to seeing you guys.
Yes. So we are sending you
Lots of love.
love
Absolutely.
and hugs and blessings, and we will see you next week. Yes,
Yes.
we will bring
It'll be
another
a
topic.
surprise whether it'll be at 6 or 8 because we are really on liking 6 o'clock.
We are loving 6 because we don't have the artificial lights, so we are not melting.
Yeah, we're not
Like,
melting.
I'm perfectly fine now. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the hearts in
Yes,
Instagram.
thank
We so love
you.
you. We are seeing you there. We appreciate you so much, and we hope to see you next week again. We will send you a um maybe, because usually for the ones in Instagram don't know it, but we usually create the program on Thursdays, I mean on Wednesdays, and it's on Facebook and also on YouTube. I have two YouTube channels, one in Spanish, one in English. So you have to look for the one in English if you only speak English, and you can look for the one that I do in Spanish. We do also these lives in Spanish on Thursdays at 8 p.m.
Mhm.
So, hi Maria, haven't seen you in a long time. Maria Elvira Kramer, I've been missing you. I'm so glad to see you in Instagram. All right, guys. So we love you and we'll see you next time. We
Next
have some
week with
fun.
some
Yay.
more
Let's
juicy
say good
topics.
night, Gracie. Let's go because
Yes, yeah.
yeah, we have our fun. We will have our fun tonight. We love you. Mwah.
Mwah. Take care.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes.